There are people who disappear without leaving. No goodbye, no dramatic ending. They still show up to work, reply to messages, laugh at the right moments. From the outside, nothing looks wrong. But inside, something essential has gone missing. And the most frightening part is, they don't remember exactly when it started. It doesn't happen all at once, no single moment where life collapses. It happens in fragments, small adjustments, tiny compromises that feel harmless at first. Saying yes when you want to say no, staying quiet when something hurts, smiling just to keep things smooth. Over time, those moments begin to pile up, slowly burying the person you once were. These people remember a younger version of themselves, someone who spoke freely, who had opinions that didn't need permission, someone who imagined a future without immediately worrying whether it was realistic. That version feels distant now, like a memory from another life. Sometimes they wonder if that person was ever real or just naive. Life teaches them early that being easy is safer than being honest, that understanding others matters more than being understood. They learn to read rooms perfectly, adjust their tone, soften their emotions. People start calling them mature, calm, reliable. Compliments that feel warm on the surface, but quietly demand self-sacrifice underneath. Over time, they stop asking themselves simple questions. What do I want? What do I enjoy? What makes me feel alive? Those questions feel uncomfortable, almost foreign. Easier to ask what others need, easier to follow routines, easier to exist on autopilot. They don't feel sad all the time. That's what confuses them. Sadness would at least feel like something. Instead, there is numbness. Days blur together, weeks pass unnoticed. Life becomes functional rather than meaningful. They don't hate living, but they don't feel present in it either. At night, when the world quiets down, the emptiness becomes louder. Distractions lose their power. The phone goes dark. The noise fades. And that's when the feeling surfaces, the sense that something is missing but unnamed. A hollow space where passion, curiosity, and excitement used to live. They often blame themselves. They assume they are lazy, ungrateful, broken. They compare themselves to others who seem driven and alive, people who chase goals with certainty, people who look like they know where they're going. And once again, they shrink their expectations of themselves to avoid disappointment. Many of them learned responsibility too early. Childhood forced them to grow up fast. They became the understanding one, the quiet one, the strong one. Their emotions learned to wait because others needed space more than they did. Over time, that waiting became permanent. They are good at carrying weight. Other people's stress, other people's problems, other people's expectations. But no one ever taught them how to set that weight down. So even rest feels guilty, even joy feels temporary, even peace feels undeserved. They adapt so well that no one notices the cost. Friends rely on them, family trusts them, strangers feel comfortable opening up to them. And they listen, always listening. But somewhere along the way, they stopped sharing, not because they have nothing to say, but because they don't want to be a burden. Eventually, they lose track of their own boundaries, what hurts them, what exhausts them, what they tolerate without realizing it. They begin living according to what keeps life stable, not what makes it fulfilling. Stability feels safer than happiness when you're used to disappointment. Sometimes they feel a quiet anger toward themselves, not explosive, just heavy. A sense that they wasted time, missed chances, took too long to become something. They replay past decisions, wondering which version of life they accidentally walked away from. But the truth is, they didn't forget themselves because they were weak. They forgot themselves because they were trying to survive. They learned to disappear where it was unsafe to exist fully. They learned to soften in places that punished intensity. They learned to adapt where authenticity felt risky. Forgetting became a strategy, a shield, a way to stay functional in a world that doesn't slow down for sensitive minds. The problem is, survival skills don't disappear when danger ends. The habits stay, the silence stays, the shrinking stays. Even when life becomes safer, The mind doesn't automatically relax. It keeps protecting a version of you that no longer needs hiding. And yet, somewhere deep inside, there is still a quiet resistance, a faint discomfort that whispers, "This isn't all you are." It appears in moments of restlessness, in boredom that feels heavier than it should, in the longing for something unnamed but deeply personal. Healing doesn't arrive as a sudden awakening. It begins subtly, with noticing, with small moments of honesty, admitting you're tired, allowing yourself to say no without explanation, asking what you feel instead of what's expected. Remembering yourself isn't about becoming someone new. It's about removing layers that were never you. It's about reconnecting with parts that went quiet, not because they died, but because they were waiting for safety. You don't need to rush this process. People who forgot themselves slowly must remember themselves slowly too, gently, patiently, without pressure to fix everything at once. And maybe that's the real turning point. Not when life finally makes sense, but when you decide that you deserve to feel present in it again.